Good morning everyone. In the previous session in this chapter, we have studied about how we can mention or how we can, first of all, how we can make the chemical reactions more informative. Okay. So by mentioning the conditions, colors, state and indicating the precipitate and the gaseous product with an arrow. Okay. So by these things we can make the chemical reactions more informative. Okay. As I told you, the first way, there are three ways to make the chemical reactions more informative. Chemical reactions. So first one is mentioning the conditions of the reaction. Okay. In this, first one is mentioning the conditions of the reaction. The second way to make the chemical reactions more informative is to mention the colors and state of the reaction, of the reactant and products in the chemical reaction. So mentioning colors and states of the reactants and products of the reactants and products of the reactant and product. So mentioning the colors and state of the reactant and product in a chemical reaction. And the third one is indicating the gaseous product, the gases and the precipitate by arrow. Okay. So gases and precipitate. If in the product we will get mentioning the conditions of the reaction. In this, we are mentioning the temperature, pressure, and if we use the catalyst in chemical reactions, then these things if we mention in a chemical reaction above the arrow or below the arrow, then that is the conditions of the reactions which we mention in a chemical reaction, and that makes the chemical reactions more informative. Okay. The second way to make the chemical reactions more informative is mentioning the colors and state of the reactant and product. Okay. As I have given the example in this, like copper carbonate is green in color. Okay. If we heat the copper carbonate, it will decompose, break, and it will give the products like copper oxide and carbon dioxide. Right. So copper oxide is black in color. Here the color is changes from the reactant to the product. So we will mention the color of the reactant where in the chemical reaction where we are writing the reactant, just below that in the bracket we are mentioning the color of that reactant. Okay. Then in the chemical reaction if we are writing the product, then just below the name of the product in the bracket we will write the color of that product. Okay. So in this way we can mention the color and state of the reactant and product in a chemical reaction, and this make the chemical reactions more informative. The third way is indicating the gases and precipitate by arrow. Okay, so gases and precipitate. If we get in the product gaseous product or the precipitate product. Okay. For example, like I have given you, if you add the sodium in the water, okay, what you will get? You will get a sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas will evolve. Okay, so that hydrogen gas which is evolving from the reaction, we will mention that in a chemical reaction by an upward direction of an arrow. Okay, so that is what? That is the gaseous product. So we indicate that gaseous product by an arrow, by an upward direction of an arrow. Okay, and precipitate, if we get the precipitate, I have given the example of precipitate like if we form the barium carbonate from barium reaction I have given you in the previous session. Like for example, like if you react the with the barium chloride, with the sodium carbonate, then what you will get? You will get barium carbonate and sodium chloride, right? So in this reaction, barium carbonate is a white precipitate, okay? And that white precipitate we will mention in a chemical reaction by a downward direction of an arrow, okay? So we will indicate that precipitate by a downward direction of arrow, okay? So we will write in a chemical reaction in this way, okay? If gases we will get in the chemical reactions, then in this way by an upward and downward direction of an arrow, we will indicate a gases and precipitate product here in a chemical reaction. So in these three ways, we can make the chemical reactions more informative. I hope this is remembered and it is clear to you all. Okay. Now next, I told you about the atoms rearrange themselves. Okay, in a chemical change to make the new products. Okay, and if chemical changes takes place, then energy is either absorbed or energy is either released, right? Energy is either absorbed in a chemical reaction or it is released or given out in a chemical reaction. So these two things we have a term for that to define, right? That is the exothermic and endothermic. If energy is in the form of heat, then if heat energy is releasing out, then it is a exothermic. If heat is absorbing in a chemical reaction, that is a endothermic. Endo means in, therm means heat, right? So these two I hope clear to you all. These two, endothermic and exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. So in this endothermic, heat is absorbed. Exothermic reactions, heat is released or given out from the chemical reaction. Clear? So endo and exothermic. I have given the example of these two also. Okay. Now next topic I have explained you in the previous session, that is the characteristics of a chemical reaction. Okay. Let's revise this one also. Two characteristics I explained in the previous session. Okay, and later the 2 or 3 it is there. No? Yes, let me check. Actually it is 6, but in your book only 2 I have explained you, and only 4 it is there in your course. Okay, so that is formation of a precipitate and change in state. So we will study 2 more in this class. So the characteristics of a chemical reaction will complete today. So characteristics of chemical reaction. Okay. So first characteristics, as I told you, that is change in color. Change in color. And the second characteristics I told you, that is evolution of a gas. Right? These two I have explained in the previous session, the previous class. Characteristics of chemical reaction. Okay, in chemical reactions, many changes takes place. Okay, many changes takes place. Means their color changes from reactant to product. Maybe in some reactions, gases are evolving from the chemical reactions. Okay, and maybe in some reactions, precipitate is formed. Right? Color changes, state changes from reactant to the product. So these changes, we say that are the characteristics of chemical reaction. Okay, and that's what we are studying. Change in color, right? From reactant to the product, if color is changes, that is the change in color. Example I have given you, like copper carbonate, right? Copper carbonate is in green in color. It is green in color. So copper carbonate is green in color. If you will heat the copper carbonate, what you will get? oxide CuO plus carbon dioxide. So copper oxide is black in color. So you can see here in this chemical reaction that from green color, reactant is green color, but the product is black in color, right? So from the reactant to the product, the color is changes. So that is what the change in color is, right? One more example I am giving you in this, like if you add iron or iron nail with iron nail and dip that iron nail in acid like hydrochloric acid or H2SO4 sulfuric acid. So what you will get? You will get a iron sulfate, right? Iron sulfate. So iron in the reactant is green color, but after reacting with the sulfuric acid H2SO4, iron after reacting with the sulfuric acid H2SO4, Fe plus H2SO4. Iron, Fe, sulfuric acid is H2SO4. So after reacting this iron with the sulfuric acid, you will get iron sulfate FeSO4. Okay, FeSO4 is light green in color. So in the reaction you can see that iron in the reactant is green color, but in the product when it is formed iron sulfate, let me write the reaction if you are not understanding this. What I am saying. This is the example of this. When iron is reacting with the H2SO4. Okay. So what you will get? You will get FeSO4. FeSO4 plus hydrogen gas will evolve. So you can see here that here iron is grey in color. Okay. We will mention the color just below this reactant, right? And here the product, it is light green color. It is light green in color when it form a iron sulfate. So you can see here in this reaction, in the reactant, iron is green color, but after reacting with the sulfuric acid, when it form iron sulfate, it is light green in color. Okay. So this is also a change in color. You can see that color changes from reactant to the product. Now, evolution of a gas. In evolution of a gas, as I told you that in many chemical reactions, gas is evolving up. Okay, gas is evolving or releasing from the chemical reaction. For example, like if you add a sodium in the water, that sodium metal will react with the water and gives sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen. See, sodium reacting with the water H2O, what it gives? It gives NaOH, sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. So you can see here that the hydrogen gas is evolving. So we will indicate this gas with an upward direction of an arrow, right? And you can see here that sodium hydroxide is formed. So in this chemical reaction, the gases is evolving, right? So this is also, you can see that this is also one of the characteristics of a chemical reaction. Okay, because gases is evolving. So in many chemical reactions, gases are evolving, right? Now, come to the today's topic, the new topic, that is effervescence. From today we will start effervescence. Effervescence is what? This is a term which we define as effervescence. Effervescence. Okay. So what are effervescences? When bubbles formed usually with a hissing sound due to a chemical reaction, this phenomena is effervescence. Listen here. When bubbles form usually with a hissing sound due to reaction, due to chemical reaction. Due to chemical reaction, This phenomena is called efflorescence. Okay, so when bubbles form usually with a hissing sound due to chemical reaction, this phenomena is called efflorescence. So efflorescence is clear? That means if in a chemical reaction bubbles is formed with a little sound like a hissing sound it is. Okay, so that is called a efflorescence. For example, like if you are pouring cold drink in a glass, you can see the bubbles. Okay, in cold drink carbon dioxide gas is releasing out when you are pouring the cold drink. Okay, so you can see the bubbles. Just like that, in a chemical reaction also the bubbles form with a hissing sound. That is called hissing sound. You can say a very sharp sound it is. Okay, so this is what the efflorescence. Example like in this. Okay, example like in this, sodium carbonate will reacting with the hydrochloric acid HCl. The sodium carbonate is reacting with the hydrochloric acid HCl. It gives sodium chloride, NaCl plus water H2O plus CO2 carbon dioxide. Okay. So you can see a sodium carbonate. Formula of sodium carbonate is NO2CO3. This is what? This is sodium carbonate. Okay. This is hydrochloric acid. This is very common. You all know. This is sodium chloride. Okay. This is water. This is carbon dioxide. So formula of sodium carbonate is this. Okay. So when you will react the sodium carbonate with the hydrochloric acid, you will get NaCl, okay, sodium chloride, H2O, water and carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is a gas which is evolving in this reaction. So in this reaction, when this reaction takes place, at that time during this reaction, the bubbles is formed, okay, with the hissing sound. So that is called the efflorescence. So in this reaction, the efflorescence takes place. Okay. Now come to the next characteristics, that is the formation of a precipitate. Formation of a precipitate. So the third one is formation of a precipitate. Okay, so formation of precipitate. In many chemical reactions, precipitate formed. Okay, example I have given you, like sodium carbonate if reacting with the barium chloride. Okay, sodium carbonate Na2CO3 if reacting with the barium chloride BaCl2. Okay, you can see here always I am writing in a formula, and all the equations I am writing in a symbolic representation of a chemical reaction I am writing here. Okay. You can write in word also. In word means you can write sodium carbonate in words. Barium chloride in words also you can write. But try to learn the formula also. Okay. So what you will get? You will get barium carbonate and NaCl. Barium carbonate. Okay. And NaCl. This is carbonate, barium. This is not a balanced reaction, so I will add here 2. Balancing you will learn in class 8. So you can see here that sodium carbonate and barium chloride is reacting and it gives a barium carbonate and sodium chloride. Now you can see here the sodium carbonate is colorless. It is colorless solution. It is colorless solution. So I am mentioning here in a bracket. This one is also a colorless solution. Colorless solution. carbonate is a white precipitate. This is what? This is a white precipitate. Precipitate. Okay. And this is what? This is a sodium chloride. So this is also a colorless. This is also a colorless solution. Okay. So you can see here in this reaction that precipitate is formed as a product, right? So in this reaction precipitate is formed, and you all know that precipitate we are indicating by a downward direction of an arrow. So we will indicate like this. Okay. So this is an example of formation of precipitate. So this is also one of the characteristics of a chemical reaction. Now let's see another example also of lead acetate. Okay, formula of lead acetate is CH3COO whole twice Pb. Okay, this is lead acetate. This is what? This is lead acetate. When it reacting with the potassium iodide, that is Ki. Okay, potassium iodide. It is what? It is potassium iodide. Okay, so what it will give? It will give lead iodide and potassium acetate. Okay, so Pb, I2 you will get plus potassium acetate, so CH3COOE. Okay, let's see if it is balanced reaction or not. No, it is not balanced. So I will balance. Now you can see here, this is what? This is lead iodide. This is lead iodide. Okay, and this is potassium acetate. So lead iodide, then it is potassium acetate. This is what? This is potassium acetate. Okay. So in this reaction also you can see here that lead iodide is a yellow precipitate, and precipitate is formed in this reaction. This is also one of the examples of a precipitation reaction. Okay. So this lead iodide is a, I don't have a space here, so I am writing this above this, but this is not the correct way of writing a precipitate above the product. So you people will write below this. Okay, below this. Clear to you all? Here you will write yellow precipitate. PPT is a short form of precipitate. PPT is a short form of precipitate. This is what? This is a yellow precipitate. So in this section you can see that yellow precipitate is formed. Now come to the next characteristics, that is change in state. Next characteristic, that is change in state. Okay, change in state. So here the state is changes from reactant to the product. Example like hydrogen. In this chemical reaction, means when hydrogen is reacting with the oxygen. Okay. In symbol form you want to write H2 plus O2. Clear? So it gives what? It gives water H2O. You all know that is water is in liquid state. So it is what? It is in liquid state. It is in liquid state. But these two are in gaseous state. Hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas. Okay. When you will burn, you will eliminate this. Okay. You will get a water that is a liquid, and water is in liquid state. This is what? This is a gas. Okay. This is what? This is a gas. Don't be confused. another example also in this. Okay, when you will react the ammonia with the hydrochloric acid. Okay, ammonia with the hydrochloric acid. So I will write here only HCl. Okay, and write here ammonia NH3. Formula I am writing here. You can write in words also. Okay. So what it will give? It will give ammonium chloride. Okay. NH4Cl. Okay, ammonia and hydrochloric acid. So ammonia is in gaseous state. This one is also in the gaseous state. But the product which you will get that will in solid state. Okay. So you can see here that ammonia and hydrochloric, these two are in the gaseous state, but the product which is formed, it is in solid state. Okay. So this one is also clear. I hope so. Your chapter is finished. So your work is to revise these things whatever I taught you today. Okay. Especially learn all these reactions, which is very important as per your exam. Okay. So thank you.